Welcome back to Golf Extra. Although LIV Golf and the PGA Tour have appeared to be on the road to reconciliation of their fierce rivalry since their shock framework merger agreement was first announced in early June, the players in the respective organizations haven't necessarily followed suit. Instead, players have continued trading insults across the battle lines that the two rival tours had drawn previously, continue to criticize both each other and the tours that employ them. As time continues to pass since their merger agreement, instead of getting more amicable, things only seem to be getting worse. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Now let's get right into the recent conflicts between LIV and PGA players. A criticism of LIV Golf has long been that there is no incentive to practice and get better, given that even the players who finish near or even at the bottom of the leaderboard in LIV events still get a six-figure payout that rivals most yearly salaries of the everyday person. DP World Tour professional Eddie Pepperell hit out at LIV golfer Lee Westwood about this very fact after Westwood had a last-place finish at a recent LIV event. After Westwood posted a tweet seemingly mocking the OWGR rankings, which don't include LIV events, Pepperell snapped back by saying, "I'll tell you what's a joke, Lee. You earning 3 times the average annual UK salary in 1 week for shooting plus 20 over 3 rounds." This led to significant back and forth between the two, which is just the start of the overall tension between the two groups, especially when money is involved. Several major PGA Tour golfers have spoken out in recent weeks about how money plays a limited role in their motivation on the course. LIV still seems to be the complete opposite. Take Collin Morikawa, who, when asked if he thought about money while playing in the Tour Championship, said, "I really haven't. Look, I've been very fortunate to get off to a great start in my career and never had to really think about that. I've been lucky. It's weird this year. With all the designated events, next year's signature events, it's always everyone makes it about the money, but I really don't care. I would play these tournaments because I want to play against the best guys in the world. I want to win. And whether you get $1 out of it or $10 million out of it, a win's a win." Morikawa added, "Like, at the end of the day, the wins mean so much to me that I would trade them all in just for another win. I would trade the money for another win and more majors, because people don't understand how good it feels. That's what you dream of. That's what you desire to do. That's what you want to do. That's why you practice. Yeah, you just want the win." Top PGA star Jon Rahm also added, "We're not thinking if we miss a putt how much it's going to cost us money-wise. No chance, none whatsoever. From first to second, you're making a ton of money. You're trying to finish as high as possible. You're trying to win a tournament. It's one of my pet peeves when they make this tournament all about money because I think it takes away from it." Rahm added, "When you win a green jacket, I can tell you right now that any major champion this year might not remember how much money they made. That's the beauty about this game, and I think that's how it should be. Obviously, I'm saying that being in an extremely privileged position financially." Most pointedly, Rahm finished his statement by saying, "If you want to be a great player, you're going to have to go for the win instead of thinking about your bank account." While neither Morikawa or Rahm's statements were direct shots at LIV, they definitely seem to have some amount of subtext. After all, while many LIV players claim that they weren't moving for the money, much of the appeal does seem to be money. Harold Varner III is one of those players for who the main LIV appeal is money. Back in April, Varner said, "Everyone says money doesn't make you happy. It doesn't. It hasn't made me happy. It's made me capable." That's not all that the typically honest Varner had to say about LIV and the PGA Tour recently. Regarding the framework merger agreement, Varner said, "I don't care because it's not going to go into effect right now. They're not going to figure it out for a while. That's just not my job. No one's asked me like, hey, what do you think we should do to get you back in? Just want to play golf." And from the sound of it, he wants to make money too. Varner also said that he wasn't especially interested in the PGA Tour at all, saying, "There's a couple of tournaments I want to play, but other than that, no, I like it here. Why would I go? I love the team format. I don't think I can speak for everyone, but I can definitely speak for myself." Finally, Varner's most newsworthy comment came when he said that he thought it was more challenging to win on the LIV circuit. Not only that, but that the reason behind the difficulty were the huge financial rewards that were possible. That LIV's not serious? I think it's harder to win $4 million than it is to win a PGA Tour event. When you get in contention out here, it's like, that's life-changing money, and I play for money. Harold Varner. This is a stark disagreement between the two sides. After all, money is still shown to be the defining incentive for LIV players like Varner, but it's only a fleeting concern for PGA players like Rahm and Morikawa. Another big conflict between a LIV player and those on the side of the PGA of recent times involved Phil Mickelson. An excerpt from a book by gambling legend Billy Walters started it all when Walters said that Phil, an infamous golfer in his own right, at one point tried to place a $400,000 bet on the 2012 Ryder Cup, which he was going to participate in. Obviously, this is a huge conflict of interest, and one that even Walters knew was wrong immediately, with the excerpt from his book reading, "I could not believe what I was hearing. Have you lost your bleeping mind? Don't you remember what happened to Pete Rose?" The former Cincinnati Reds manager was banned from baseball for betting on his own team. "You're seen as a modern-day Arnold Palmer," I added. "You'd risk it all for this? I want no part of it." The excerpt continued. All right, he replied. "I have no idea whether Phil placed the bet elsewhere. Hopefully, he came to his senses." Mickelson immediately hit back against this notion, saying that although he didn't deny that he considered a bet, he denied that he ever bet on the Ryder Cup. In detail, his tweet read, "I never bet on the Ryder Cup. While it is well known that I always enjoy a friendly wager on the course, I would never undermine the integrity of the game. I have also been very open about my gambling addiction. I have previously conveyed my remorse, took responsibility, have gotten help, have been fully committed to therapy that has positively impacted me, and I feel good about where I am now." This triggered an outcry from multiple corners of the game, but one of the most damning was from Lenny Watkins, a longtime professional golfer in the 1970s and 1980s who racked up 22 professional wins in his career. About Mickelson's potential bet on the Ryder Cup, Watkins said, "Very disconcerting. I don't know if there has ever been a more disappointing figure in golf than Phil Mickelson. Seeing what's transpired with him over the last 10-plus years, he was the beloved figure for a long time. We all marveled at the way he could play, but nothing looks kosher about what he's doing these days." That's right, Watkins isn't just upset about the bet, but he's obviously referencing Mickelson's key involvement in the LIV saga over the course of the last couple of years. A two-time Ryder Cup captain himself, Watkins said that Mickelson's career within the Ryder Cup was likely over. He probably would have been a two-time captain. Now he's just not going to be involved. It's really kind of a shame. He's really self-imploded, and he just continues to do it at every turn. It's disappointing and sad that we have people in our game that think they're bigger than the game, and obviously, Phil thinks he's bigger. Watkins finished his thoughts on the matter with the statement that seems to sum up the whole of the conflict between players on the side of LIV and players on the side of the PGA Tour. Regarding Mickelson, Watkins said, "I don't know where that mindset is coming from, but it's a little unsettling to us who have been around the game for a long time." Comment with your thoughts and make sure to subscribe for more content like this. We'll catch you in the next one.